Alrighty folks, welcome back to another class. Thank you so much for joining me today. We have an amazing practice working on core, so that includes not just the abdominals and obliques, but the lower back as well, working on strength and stability through your entire foundation. We'll stay seated in the middle of our mat, whatever pose is most comfortable for you, cross-legged or on your knees. And we'll take this time, close your eyes, sinking into the breath. Not controlling it quite yet, just becoming aware of it, becoming aware of this present moment, the time that you've carved out for yourself on this mat. Getting ready for the class ahead. We got some good movements today. It will be a little tougher at some parts, but it will be well worth it. You'll thank yourself when we're done. Go ahead and move into a tabletop position, staying on your toes, bringing wrists just a few inches in front of knees as you rock back and forth. Strong through all 5 fingers, pushing in through the knuckles of the thumb and pointer finger, rocking back and forth as you have your thumbs pointing towards each other. Continuing to rock back and forth, externally rotating your hands, thumbs facing the top of the mat. Again, continuing to rock back and forth. Arms straight, no pain in the wrists, going as far forward as is comfortable for you. Getting the wrists warmed up, ensuring there are no injuries. Go ahead and flip your palms on the mat, toes pointing towards knees as you bend one arm and then the other, stretching into the wrist flexors. And we'll go ahead and move into our tabletop pose, Vinyasa, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Getting situated here, finding your alignment before starting in cat and cow. Inhaling, dropping the belly, looking up, gaze up, broadening through the heart. Then exhaling and reversing, pushing through the palms, rounding the back, navel coming in and slightly up as you look towards the navel, exhaling and flowing in reverse. Dropping that belly, tilting the pelvis, looking up, exhaling, opposite tilt, tailbone towards the ground, looking towards your navel. Before bringing your hands a little bit in front of you, coming up into our downward facing dog. Stopping here for just a second, pedaling out the feet. Before taking your right leg up and back, looking forward, moving forward. Right leg in between hands, left knee on the ground for low lunge pose on Vinyasa. I love stretching through the hips, especially the quads and hip flexors before any practices, focusing on the core. I think it really helps to get into the core and not activate those hips as much. Otherwise, left hand coming down, bringing your right hand back to meet the outside edge of your left foot, grabbing a hold, extending the foot away, feeling that stretch in your right shoulder. Before relaxing that left quad, bringing the left foot in towards the glutes, pulling it back and forth. No pain in the knee here, resting more on your upper thigh, not on the knee itself. Before coming back into downward facing dog. Seeing how that side feels a little bit different now. As we'll go ahead and switch on your next breath in, left leg up and back, breath out, looking forward, stepping forward, left leg between hands. Right knee coming down, finding any movements that feel good for you in this low lunge pose on Vinyasa. Inhaling, lifting the arms up, sinking into those hips, left knee tracking over left toes, right leg flat and straight out behind you. As you drop your right hand down, bring your left hand behind you, lifting right leg up to meet left hand, grabbing the outside edge of your left foot for some internal shoulder rotation. extending that foot away from you, flexing the foot, feeling that stretch in the left shoulder, before relaxing that quad, letting it stretch out, bringing it closer towards the glute. And slowly releasing, coming back into a tabletop pose. Balancing tabletop pose with knee to nose flow, extending right arm and left leg back on the inhale, exhaling, drawing them both together at your midline. Inhaling, extending both, extending forward with the right arm back with the left leg, exhaling to connect elbow to knee, and flowing back and forth. Last round before switching sides, coming down to tabletop, left arm out forward, right leg straight back. On the inhale, exhale, connect at the midline. Inhaling forward, bringing it all together on the exhale, extending out on the inhale, exhaling, drawing them together. Flow back and forth. We'll get one more round in before dropping that right foot back for our side plank pose variation. Left knee under left hip at a 90-degree angle. Right leg straight, left hand down, right arm up, facing the side of your room, breathing into that right side body. And staying here, or taking it a little bit further and raising that right foot off the ground on an exhale. Lifting that up straight out, foot heel in line with hip. And staying here for just a breath. Maybe grabbing right foot with right hand for tiger pose, knee and ankle in line with hip, pushing into your right glute. Otherwise, one more round of breath before dropping down to side plank on your left side, left hand under left shoulder, right arm and shoulder stacking above. I know this is tough, you're doing amazing, strong through the left side core, abdominals, obliques, slow, smooth, steady breaths. Do another round of breath before inhaling, bringing that right foot up, extending it up for a side plank starfish, Vasisthasana starfish. I know it's tough, but on your exhale, bringing that foot up to the top of the mat, circling it up. So your right foot forward at a 90-degree angle in this low lunge pose, or runner's lunge pose. Bouncing up and down, making any movements that feel good for you. Rocking back and forth, left to right, forward and backwards, up and down. Whatever your body is calling for at this moment. As we go ahead on your next inhale, lifting up, rising up into high lunge pose, Ashtanga. Arms up, right knee at a 90-degree angle, left leg back. Palms in front of you as you open up your right hand to the side on your inhale, exhaling switch. Moving one hand back at a time, maintaining one forward, right hand forward, left hand back on the inhale. Exhaling back to center, inhaling to switch, before exhaling coming into downward facing dog. Just pedaling out for 2 cycles of breath here, before dropping down to tabletop pose, Vinyasa. I know it's hard, building up a sweat. I know I certainly am, getting the heart rate elevated. This is not easy, but you can do it. You're doing amazing. Dropping through child's pose. And hanging out in child's pose. Before coming up to tabletop pose on the inhale, moving through tabletop, keeping that right knee down and under hip. Right leg bent, left leg back for side plank. Right hand under right shoulder, left arm straight in the air. Opening up through that left side body. Taking a few rounds of breath here. And you are more than welcome to stay in this position if that is what your body's looking for today. But if you want to take it just a little bit further, we'll go ahead and lift the left leg up parallel to the ground on the inhale. Exhale, maintaining knee and hip in the same plane. Option for tiger pose, grabbing that left foot with left hand. Two more rounds of breath here before meeting in the side plank pose on the right side, right hand under shoulder, left arm and shoulder stacking above. Strong through those right abdominals, right obliques. Staying strong, not much more. You are doing amazing. You got this. And again, staying here, or if you're looking for a little bit more challenge, on the breath in, lifting that left leg up, getting it parallel to the ground for our side plank starfish. And whenever you are ready, inhaling, bringing that leg forward, exhaling, dropping it down between the hands. Moving through our low lunge into our runner's lunge, knee up. Hands down, bouncing, making any movements that feel good for you. Twisting back and forth, forward and backward, side to side. Enjoying this moment, being playful with it, playful with yourself, enjoying this. Making the most out of the time that you've made for yourself on the mat. Before coming up to your high lunge pose on the inhale, exhaling, hands out in front of you, palms together. Inhale, left arm opens out to the side on the inhale. Exhale, closing. Inhale, opposite, right arm out. Exhaling, right arm back to center. Continuing to flow back and forth. 2 more rounds before coming into our downward facing dog. Keeping hips forward and level, rotating through the abdomen, pedaling out that downward facing dog. Enjoying this before coming to a seated position, moving into boat pose, Navasana variation 1, lifting the knees, lifting the ankles, strong through the core, lifting up through the head, heart raising and rising tall, palms at your side, lifting up. Building up that heat in the core and the abdominals, flexing through the stomach. As you drop your hands, open your knees, palms together inside your knees. Inhaling, hands up and out to the left, exhaling back to center. Inhaling, hands to center, exhaling, hands together to the right side, back to center, to the left, back in between the legs, and again to the right. One more time to the center, before lifting one leg at a time, keeping the other with just toes on the ground, strong through the core, flexing through the hamstrings. Feel free to also flex through the feet, keep the heel on the ground. As you exhale, lift one leg, keeping it at a 90-degree angle. Before inhaling and dropping, exhaling and lifting the other, switching back and forth. I know this is hard, but you are doing amazing, strengthening the core, working on yourself. Going back and forth, continuing this flow, continuing to build that heat, continuing to strengthen the core, the mind, the body. You've got this. Almost done with the hard stuff. Keep it going. No sense quitting at the finish line. We have one more pose, keeping both feet flat on the ground, clasping hands, dropping them to the left, dropping them to the right, bringing them to eye level at the middle, left, eye level to the right, up above your head to the left, up above your head to the right, before going in reverse, bringing them to the upper left, middle right, middle left, bottom right, bottom left. And go one more time at your own pace, bottom left, then bottom right, hands to eye level on the left, eye level on the right, upper left, upper right, and if you want to make it even more challenging, lifting both legs as you finish up this last round. Continuing to move, strong through the core, feeling those obliques. I know it's hard, pushing through. This is the last bit of strength you'll need. Last round coming down, and perfect. Coming into our reverse tabletop as a quick counter pose. Fingers pointed towards heels, ankles underneath knees. And good job. On your exhale, coming down, dropping onto your back, left leg straight, right leg coming in, bending in, moving any way that is comfortable, rocking the knee back and forth, side to side. All the hard stuff is done. You've done so well so far. Before taking the right knee and left hand, dropping it over to the left side, and for cat pulling its tail, bending your left foot, grabbing it with your right hand. Sinking into this stretch, feeling the body expand, breathing into the space that you have made. Slow, smooth, steady breaths. You've put some hard work in. It's time to relax and stretch the body out. And one more round of breaths before coming back through to our half wind release pose. Right leg will go straight, left leg 90-degree angle. As you grab left knee with right hand, rocking back and forth, opening up through that left hip. Continuing to rock back and forth. Enjoying the present moment. The hard part is over. Now it's time to restore. As you grab the outside of the left knee with the right hand, folding that leg over. Left knee may or may not touch. It is quite all right if it hovers. Grabbing for your right foot with your left hand if you want to intensify this. And if you do, making sure to squeeze into the right glute. Right knee pointing towards the bottom of the mat. This is our last pose before our final resting pose. Enjoy it. Sinking into the stretch. And on the next exhale, coming down into Shavasana, our final resting pose, taking up as much space as you need, palms facing up, resting down at the side of your body, all of the tension draining from your head, neck, shoulders, feeling that tension drain all the way down your arms before coming back up again, really sinking into the muscles of the upper back, relaxing those muscles, for making its way down your body, both down your spine and the front of your body, relaxing all the little muscles of your rib cage, all of the intercostals, letting your body relax, soft through the abdomen, hips melting into the ground, thighs opening out to the side, relaxing, knees soft with no tension, your shins and calves at ease, melting into the support of the ground beneath you as your feet open out to the side. Enjoying the rest of this short Shavasana, and I will call you back when it's time to finish. And wiggling fingers and toes, bringing some movement into your body. Stretching your arms up above your head, rolling onto one side and lifting yourself up. Finishing your practice, bowing down, thanking yourself for making the time to do this. I hope you enjoyed practicing with me today. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out a lot. Otherwise, I can't wait to see you for the next class. Namaste, have a blessed day, and until next time.